And what started as a rally for a hospital chaplain recently detained by ICE turns into a clash on one of Cincinnati's iconic landmarks. Thanks a lot for joining us here at 11. I'm Mike Dardis.
And good evening to you. I'm Cherie Palello. Tonight we have team coverage of the incident on the Roebling. At times things got physical, leading to at least 13 arrests. Daisy Kershaw has the police response and their battle with protesters. But we begin tonight with WLWT News star Sean McKinnon with the planned rally that took a sudden turn. Hi, Sean.
Yeah, guys, a large crowd gathered here for Eamon Solomon. He was a chaplain at Cincinnati Children's who prayed with families with sick and dying children. Solomon is from Egypt and recently had his asylum status removed by the federal government. He is now in the Butler County Jail. After an hour of speeches here tonight, one speaker on the microphone told supporters they were going to cross into Covington and pray on the other side of the river. That's when protesters walked into traffic and an interaction with a black SUV led to chaos. Protesters tried to push the SUV as it continued to try to drive across the Roebling Bridge. Cincinnati and Covington police showed up a few minutes later. They detained people who were blocking the street at the roundabout in Cincinnati, who were trying to stop any more cars from driving across the bridge. Some people stayed in lanes of traffic. One 70-year-old woman claimed she was thrown to the ground by an officer.
We didn't commit any act of violence or lawlessness. Do you see me have anything on me that would be a thing that is lawless? I am not a lawless person. I was following all the rules of a peaceful march. So I don't know what happened. They went crazy. It's on them. It's on them. It's on Covington Police.
You were on the sidewalk when this all happened?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Organizers tell me they did not plan to cross the Roebling Bridge, and that decision was made by a speaker who was on the mic. Solomon remains in the Butler County Jail and is awaiting his immigration hearing next week. Live from the Banks, Sean McKinnon, WLWT News 5.
Okay, so we are learning more about the large police response from both sides of the Ohio River tonight.
You heard that one woman telling her story. Police have a far different story. Several departments rushing to the bridge, closing down traffic, trying to get this thing under control. And WLWT News 5's Daisy Kershaw now live outside the Covington Police Station, where we're hearing how many people have been arrested. Hi, Daisy.
Hi, Mike. Right now, demonstrators are gathering outside the station. We're hearing chants like drop the charges, release the protesters. It comes in response to the 13 arrests that we've recently learned were made tonight. Officers say they told people to disperse and get off the bridge, but they wouldn't comply. That's when they started to take people into custody. Now, before the arrest, new cell phone video shows how things escalated as demonstrators started moving into traffic while walking across the Roebling Bridge. Police rushed to try to control the situation.
It looks like there's a protest that's going on to the bridge going towards Kentucky, and I think they were stopping traffic to get the protesters onto the bridge. Looks like Kentucky is trying to arrest somebody in the middle of the bridge and is struggling with her.
They're asking us to shut it down. Apparently they're pepperballing people and they're fighting with people. This is according to Kenton County.
If they find anybody failing to disperse, they go to jail.
We're also getting new cell phone video from people on the bridge when clashes with officers intensified. Police even took one woman to the ground in the middle of the bridge. You can hear and see the chaos there in that cell phone video. You can see an officer taking a hold of a woman, others around them shouting stop. Witnesses saying they saw several incidents where officers and demonstrators got into physical scuffles during those arrests. Officers we spoke to on scene indicating that this all stemmed from a refusal to leave the bridge. Again, we now know 13 arrested tonight. Some of those charges include rioting, unlawful assembly, and obstructing a highway. We will, of course, bring you more information as soon as we have it. For now, reporting live in Covington, Daisy Kershaw, WLWT News 5.
All right, Daisy, more on WLWT.com.